brown book, baby. It's for you, it's for us, the fantasies. No one can judge us, no one can judge us. This is for us. Open up your brown book, baby. It's for you, it's for us. Open up your brown book, baby. Open up your brown book. Open up your brown book, baby. Look, open up your brown book, baby. It's for you, it's for us, the fantasies. No one can judge us, no one can judge us.
No one can judge us. Ain't nobody judge us, Krystal. That's what we do around here.
It's for you.
Hey y'all, hey, it's your girl Shay Baby. Welcome back to another episode here at the Brown Book Series. Thank you guys for joining us. We know it's the night before Thanksgiving. We know you guys out there and you are cooking Thanksgiving meals and all that good stuff. So, keep cooking. Just have us in your ear, have us on your little monitor screen or whatever, because tonight we're talking to New York, instant New York Times best-selling author, Miss Krystal.
Mm-hmm.
The last name, Marquis. Is it Krystal Marquis?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got it right. Yeah.
Because it has the S on the end, too. So sometimes, with the S, you'd be like, what is it?
Yeah.
No,
you got it.
I got it, girl. I be trying sometimes, honey. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Every now and then I get it in. Let's see. Let's go to the chat real quick, Krystal, before we open the chat up and see who out there in the world. Hey, Mama Tony, what's going on, girl? Hey, y'all. Hey, Mama Tony, I know you up cooking. Hey, Gaza, what's up, guys? Y'all ain't cooking. What y'all doing? What y'all cooking? What's going on? Hey, y'all. Hey, Sugar. Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all, come on in. Y'all know what to do. Like, subscribe, and share. Let everybody know that we're on with New York Times bestselling author, Miss Krystal Marquis. Now, Krystal.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about you without, well, not in the literary world right now. We're going to get into all that good stuff. But what is it like in a day in the life of Krystal Marquis?
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you to everyone. Thank you, Shay Baby, for having me. I know it like you said, it's the night before Thanksgiving. People are busy. They're getting ready for their family and friends. So, you all taking this time to talk to me for a while is really great. So the day in the life for me as an author, it's a bit hectic because I still work full time. So, Yep, I do. I work as an environmental health and safety manager in a warehouse. So that's my 9 to 5. And then I come home, relax, probably have something to eat. And then I try and write for like 2 to 3 hours before I go to bed. It's been very busy and a lot of fun. And yeah, that's my day.
That's your day.
Yeah. When it's nice out, I'll go for a walk. Sometimes I'll stop on the mall on my way home, treat myself, but like mostly, yeah.
And the key word is if it's nice out. You're in New England with me. So yeah, it's like a straight. Today I was like, it was a whole monsoon out there.
Yeah. Today it was raining so bad. Yesterday it was 20 degrees. And yeah, you never know.
You never know. It's crazy. You never know. Renata, you said you cooking collard greens, girl. Collard greens dressing, sweet potato pies for tonight, the rest tomorrow.
Oh, well, nice.
Girl, honey, you doing better than me because I'm up here like, what we doing? We're going to get this thing together. Now, Krystal, girl, instant New York Times bestseller author.
Mm-hmm.
How you get that? Like, what? How?
I've
never seen that before.
I don't know. I think I've just been really lucky. I was lucky in finding that article and working with the team that I had, and just this story. I'm so passionate about it, and I think that's really what came across to people. And I'm just really happy that it was so well received. But yeah, it's wild. Like, I still don't always believe it. I'll go into a store and see my book and be like, I can't believe I did that. Like, I know I did it. I remember the sleepless nights. I remember the research. I remember going back and editing. I was sent it over to my mom and asked my mom, like, hey, does this look good? Does it pass the mom vibe check? And I like remember all the steps, but it's still so wild.
Oh my God. We're gonna get into this book, honey, because Miss Crystal came up in here and I was like, instant, what does that mean? Let's go back to the chat real quick. Gail says she's cooking red snapper.
Ooh.
Woo! Spinach, dressing, Cornish hens, sweet potato pies. Oh, honey, that's what I'm talking about. Rom-com diva, what's up, honey? How are you, darling? Thanks for joining us. Mama Tony, what you cook? Baked 3 cakes.
Wow.
Okay. Made a conjure.
I'm slacking.
Yeah, you guys listen. Y'all better than me. I was like, where's Patty Pies? Can I pick one up? Like, I was cooking. What is that about? Well, I don't understand. Krystal Marquis, you guys make sure you like, share, and subscribe because this interview is wonderful. We're on with New York Times bestselling author, Miss Krystal Marquis. Now, Krystal, let's this book, honey. The one that got the whole world talking and got a
right here. Right here.
Yes, everything. The Davenports. Now, the Davenports is based off of a real family, right? The Pattersons family. Tell us first of all, tell us who are the Pattersons.
Sure, yeah. So the Pattersons were a family. Their patriarch had fled Virginia in 1863 from slavery, and he settled up in Ohio and started a carriage company after working as a blacksmith. And it was so lucrative and successful that he was able to buy out his partner, and it became the first and only African American owned automobile company in America once his son took over and converted it from horse-drawn carriages to automobiles. And it was an article that I seen in the Smithsonian online, and I was just fascinated by it. I'm someone who tinkers on cars with my dad, and I really love history, and it was something that I hadn't learned before. It was a piece of history that really drew me in. So I was so excited. And after learning that Mr. Patterson had 3 daughters, I wondered what their lives were like. I wanted to know what was it like to be Black and wealthy in Chicago in the early 1900s. So that was really my jumping off point for the story.
I absolutely love it. Now, okay, so it's based loosely off of the Patterson. I was wondered, like when you do adaptions or you do, like stories based loosely off of, people's real lives, is there like a copyright thing? Like, do you have to get permission, or since it's public knowledge or whatever, public records, you can just write about it? Like, how does that work?
I think it's public knowledge, public record. For me, the inspiration came from Mr. Patterson's entrepreneurship, and I kind of just ran with that. And I think during that time period, there was also Madam C.J. Walker, who is very successful, and Dr. Daniel Hale Williams, who is very successful. And these were all people that inspired different characters in the story. And I was just really excited to show this part of American history that I know I didn't learn in school. And so it was really eye-opening to read some of the accomplishments that have kind of been overlooked.
That makes sense. That totally makes sense. So how the research for this was, because it's like, just to be honest, a lot of, especially back in the day, Black people, entrepreneurship, whatever, the records don't really just, as my grandmother said, the half ain't never been told. You know what I mean? So it's like a lot of stuff, like how were you able to just research it and find the authentic, articles or what really happened with the Pattersons? How was that?
Yeah, so for them, for the specific family, it was very difficult to find information. Only recently that there's been more research into their lives, into their automobile company. But when I started writing about it, I really just had that article and then a few things online for the state of Ohio. Their historical society had a little bit of information, which is part of the reason why I set my story in Chicago, because when I was researching that time period, there was a lot of records about Chicago during 1910. There's maps of the city, of the train lines, of the loop, of the bars. I found menus from restaurants, from Black-owned businesses. And the Chicago Public Library online catalog is just this huge, extensive thing that came in so handy once the pandemic started, and I couldn't travel and I couldn't go to libraries to research things. They have so much online. And so, like, a lot of my research was reading newspaper articles from that time period and biographies. So it was easier to find information about that time period and what life was like than it was about the Pattersons in particular. So I kind of used my research to fill in the gaps and fill out the personalities of the young women and the kind of like hurdles they would encounter in their day-to-day lives.
Nice.
Mhm.
Very nice. Okay, so now let's talk about the Davenports, girl.
Mhm.
First of all,
Yeah.
how long did it take you to write this book?
Oh, I want to say 2.5 years.
Wow.
Yeah, it was
Wow.
pretty quick. Yeah.
It's pretty quick, right? That was kind of quick, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I've met some authors who said like I've been working on my novel for 5 years or 7 years. So I feel it helped that I had a deadline and people who are expecting it. It's like when you have a term paper,
Yeah.
like the deadline's the deadline, so you got to keep it moving. But it was a fun experience, and it felt like an exploration of not
Okay.
only like the history but like myself. I put a lot of my characters into stories and people that I care about, so it was a lot of fun.
I like it. I like it. Oh, they say Ohio
Mhm.
in the house. Listen, Ohio. Renata, honey. And so he said, my Ohio child. She
Yes.
loves this. That's right, baby. You better rep your city, honey. You better rep your
Mhm.
city. Love the history. Yeah, that's what caught me too. The history and the cover of the book. That bright
Mhm.
yellow. I was
Oh
like, is
yeah.
that canary yellow? Why? Okay, let's go to the cover real quick.
Mhm.
Why did you pick that color? Did you pick the color of the book, or did the person who the book cover artist, did she just was like, he or she was just like, I read the story, this is what I think, or did you have input in that?
So the color was picked by the artist, but it's based on the very first chapter.
Mhm.
Olivia, who's one of the points of view in the book, she goes into a department store and she's trying to buy a bolt of yellow silk for a dress. And she kind of has that moment of microaggression where the sales associate is following her around the store and she decides to buy like all the yellow silk and a whole bunch of other things. So they drew from that very first scene the color for the cover. And it was an amazing team. They were very collaborative. They would send me sketches and ask my opinion. And I got to pick the blurb that's on it and talk about which characters would be on it and like what they would look like. And it was a lot of fun being part of that process. I know that's something not a lot of authors get to do.
Right.
So yeah, I was very excited to be a part of it.
I absolutely love that. Now tell us a little bit about the Davenports. I know it follows four um females around,
Hmm.
and you know, in that era, which is crazy, honey, because John Davenport is a hoot.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about the Davenports.
Yeah, so the story follows around four young women. Two of them are daughters of Mr. Davenport. Olivia is the eldest. She is trying to find a husband. Her parents keep setting her up and it's not working out. And she just happens upon a civil rights meeting and she gets inspired, and that kind of leads her on a new path that she didn't exactly see for herself. And her younger sister, Helen, is very much a tomboy. She and John, her brother, are very close and they tinker on the carriages. He brings home a Model T for them to work on. And for her, she doesn't see marriage as what she wants for her future. She wants to be part of the family company. And her struggle is trying to have her father see that she's just as capable as her brother in running the company. The other two points of view are not part of the family, but they're like family. One of them is Amy Rose,
Mm-hmm.
who grew up in the Davenport's household, but she became a maid after the passing of her mother, who was one of the Davenport's maids. So she's very close with the girls. She grew up with the Davenport kids, but it's more of a downstairs, upstairs story with Downton Abbey. And she's very much in love with John. And then there's Ruby, who is Olivia's best friend, who's also in love with John. And she is struggling with her family. Her father is running for mayor, and she has this, on this one hand, her parents want her to marry John so that they can get added prestige to help her father's political career. But then also she kind of comes up with this scheme that adds further complications to her love story. And I think they're all different. They all have different goals in life, and I think it's really fun to see the story told in their four different perspectives as it moves to the end. Yeah.
Now, have you written a book before?
I have manuscripts of books that I've written and that I've tried to be published. The Davenports is the first of what I've written to be published, but I started writing in 2012 as a hobby. Yeah, as a hobby. I got into a really bad reading slump and I was having a hard time finding something to read. And so that's really what started it.
Because when I read the Davenports, I was like, this cannot be this girl's first book, honey. She wrote in all the point of views, you know, because it's like we used to see, well, for me, the debut authors that I've read, not to say they're not out there, I'm just talking about the ones I've read, they don't start out with all these different damn point of views.
Oh.
Yeah, they're just like right there, you know, of course they have secondary characters and all that, but I'm just like, no, these are like four main characters.
It was my first time trying that. All my other works have actually been science fiction. So I've written young adult science fiction, one point of view. I have one that was dual point of view right before I wrote the Davenports. I had two perspectives in that one, and that manuscript actually is what got me my agent. And the Davenports is the first project that sold. And it was definitely challenging, but it was a lot of fun. I liked doing that. For me, I like stories from different points of view. So being able to do that was a challenge, but also a lot of fun.
So, okay, so we know why you started writing, because you was in a reading slump. You was like, hold on, they writing trash out here. I need to, you know, do something different. so we got that. So you got your literary agent. How did you get her? Did you enter into a contest? Was a friend of a friend? Like, what happened? Were you just like soft calling? How did you get your agent?
So I have, my background is in biology, and you do a lot of research, you do a lot of labs, do a lot of testing. So I started there. I started researching what other authors did, authors that I admire. I looked at their career and like how they got started, and I joined like different writing communities to Twitter when it used to be a safe space.
Right.
Get interactions with people, and one author gave me a really good piece of advice, and they said that imagine your book on a shelf. What other books are they with? Who are they categorized with? What are titles that people would recommend alongside your book? And then read those acknowledgments and see who those authors named as their agent. And that's who you should send your query letter to. So like those who don't know, a query letter is like a cover letter. It's your pitch about you, about your novel, and the best ways to like market your book if they were to take you on. And then you would include either the first 10 pages, the first chapter, depending on the agent's preference. You would send that along. So I did that. I took the books that I liked, that I thought my book would be shelved with, and I sent those query letters, those query packets to those agents. And you know, I was lucky enough to connect with Tamara Rosinski, and, you know, we have a great working relationship, and yeah, it's been great.
That is what's up. I absolutely love that. Rom-Com Diva says, I love the cover of the book. It piques my curiosity, and I want to open it up and read it so much that I have downloaded it.
Thank you.
Yeah, she's a great reader too. Sometimes she'll read a book and I'll be like, what? I could have read the same book, but something about how she like relays it. Like, I didn't see that in this book. Hold on, what did run that back. Yes, great read. Yeah, she's a great researcher. That is awesome right there. That is awesome, Renata. So once you got your agent, and you do have a great agent too. You got your agent. How long did it take for the Davenports to sell?
So I was still writing it when it sold, but my agent and I had been together for a couple of years working on different projects before that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like it. Sometimes tell people too, just because you get an agent today does not necessarily mean your book is going to sell tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because, it needs, got to work together. Got to make it mesh. Got to work together.
And it was just, and it's not always like the first project that you work on too. I know, like, one of my favorite authors, Marie Lu, it was not her first novel that sold first. She actually published that like years later. And so it's just patience and keep going and don't give up. Yeah.
I love it. So did you ever think about going indie? Which, before you got published or not? Or
before I got published? Yeah. I thought about it. For me, I liked the idea of traditional publishing mostly because of the multitasking that goes to being an indie author. Like, I admire them so much because they have to be their marketing team, they have to be their designers, they have to be their own publicists. It's a lot of work, and like, I still work full time, so the amount of energy and time that would have to be devoted into that was definitely something that would have been challenging for me and harder for me to get my story out. And I think everyone knows like how much they can put into each path. Right. And I think just do your research, and what works for you may not work for someone else. And, just trust your instincts.
That makes sense. You're right about that, trust your instincts. So, Krystal, set the scene. Book goes out, right? You and your family like, oh, okay, the book is getting published now. Great.
Yeah.
You close your eyes and you open them back up, and you was the instant New York Times bestselling author. What was your first reaction?
I didn't believe it. I was I actually found out the night before it went live everywhere. My agent called me. I was driving home from work, and usually we will communicate beforehand to like pick a good time for us to talk. And I just was driving home and I saw I had a missed call from her. So like, once I got into the driveway, I called her back, and she told me the news, and it was just like, I'm like, wait, what? Are you serious? Like, is this a thing? And it was so surreal. I was so excited. I called my parents, and like, we just all celebrated. And then the next day we got like champagne and some cake, and we had like an actual really big celebration about it. But it was such wonderful news.
That's what's up. I love it. I would still be on a high, girl. They even would be coming after, honey.
Oh yeah.
I would have went to work that day and quit. Yeah, that's just me. So now, after the success of the Davenports, you have part 2. Well, the second book in the series. I didn't know it was gonna. Well, I knew it was gonna be a series, but now I don't know, because when I opened it up and I saw the different point of views, I'm like, is this the book? Like, this could be it. I was like, okay, let me figure this thing out. So we got the Davenports, but then we have the Davenports More Than This that's coming out in June of next year.
Yes.
How many books is going to be in the series?
So far, the 2 is planned. I definitely have ideas for more, but right now, 2 books.
Okay, so but this is this whole series. If you if you did 4, because it's 4 lives that we're following. Is John gonna get his own book though? I'm just saying, like, he get like a little half book, you know what I mean?
A little novella just for John.
Just for John.
You're not the first person who asked that, and I had such a fun time with John. I feel like he's a very well-formed, developed character through the eyes of these girls.
Yeah.
And I love that each one has a slightly different relationship with him. So you see like different sides of his personality with each person. And I think that's really cool.
That is, and Tony John, I was like, yo, I want to date John too. I'm like, I want to date John too. Now, the Davenport More Than This. Can you tell it? And then the cover for this book is is a lavender.
Yes.
Okay, same thing. Did you come up with the concept for the book cover? It was the same person did the book cover, and you guys went through the same concept of what you wanted to look like and the color and all the good stuff. Tell us a little bit about this book and why you picked the color lavender. Because now I'm like trying to rethink the first book and I'm stuck on yellow. I'm like, hold on.
So the color lavender, we tried a couple of different covers and we put it next to the gold to try and pick that one. And the lavender just stood out better than some of the other colors that we discussed. So for More Than This, actually the cover came first. And then well, there was a scene where one of the characters is wearing a lavender dress, but I don't think that was known to like the whole team until like after the fact. But yeah, I really love it. It's such a nice soft color, and the book is coming out in the summer, so I feel like that's also a fun color for the summer. And I'm just really excited about it, and I love that it's Ruby with Harrison. For those of you who haven't read yet, they're one of the couples, and I don't know, it's just so fun to see that same stylistic like rendering of the characters in a whole different hue, and I can't wait to see what it looks like in person. Because when I got the ARCs, the advanced reader copies of the Davenports, it was yellow, but it was a matte color, and it was beautiful. But once I got the author copies of the finished, and it's that gold, and it's very metallic, it's very shiny, it just blew me away. Opening that box was like opening a treasure chest with like gold coins in it. It was absolutely beautiful. So I'm really excited to see what the lavender looks like as a finished product.
Listen, I love it already. I'm like, this is cute, honey. This is cute. Okay, so okay, this is Harrison's and Ruby story, right? More Than This. The title, More Than This. Where did you come up with that from?
So that one I think speaks to each of the girls' like journey to find out who they are. I think family and society put a lot of labels on young women about what they should be, and each of them are trying to showcase how they're more than what their parents or society or maybe a love interest thinks they should or can be. So that was something that I wanted to highlight.
Okay, sounds good. Renata wants to know, do you have to read these in order or are they standalone?
So I would read them in order. Yeah. So yeah.
Read them in order. Renata, is one out now, so go and read that one. And then the other one comes. Okay. And then we're going to try and see if we get all four in a novella out of this series. Okay? That's what we're trying to do.
Yes.
I absolutely love that. And that's the Davenport More Than This. Oh my God. Krystal. Author's moment. What's your most urgent priority for the rest of the year, both in the literary world and in your personal life?
Ooh. So for my personal life, it would be to start Christmas shopping, because I'm one of those people. I'm one of those people who like finishes in October and I relax and I watch everybody else like run around the stores trying to do stuff. But yeah, and then but for my book is finishing up the edits for More Than This. So I'm close to the finish line and I'm really excited about how the story is shaping up and I can't wait for people to read it. But you know, first you got to finish it. So yeah, that's my top priority.
I love it. Yes, first you got to finish it, girl, because honey, summertime will be here in a minute. Oh, we can't be like, where's Krystal's book?
No, I don't want that.
No, we don't want that either. Author's moments in being a novelist. What did you learn a little too late?
Ooh, that's such a good question.
I know. Every now and then we have great questions. You know what I'm saying?
Let's see. What did I learn a little too late? So for me, For me, it wasn't too late, but it would have saved me like a lot of time was outlining the story before I started. So I wrote a
Mhm.
big portion of the Davenports during NaNoWriMo, and for those who don't know, November is not National Novel Writing Month, and there's an organization, a nonprofit, that challenges people to write 50,000 words of a novel during the 30 days of November, and you kind of make a pledge and you can make a donation that helps literacy projects and helping young people write and going into schools and doing different like projects. And for me, I like read the article, I did some research, and I was like, "Oh, I got this." And I just started writing. And I got to a point where I was like, "Okay, this doesn't make sense. Where is this story going? How am I doing this? How am I going to get the characters here? Like, who's falling in love and when?" So for me, I learned that for this particular story that I needed to have an outline, have an idea of the different plot points and the beats and how things were going to go in order to make it like a cohesive story and one that like really pulled readers along on a journey.
Mhm.
So it didn't happen too late, but I think that it's definitely something that I learned that helped me in this process.
I absolutely love that. That's what's up.
Mhm.
At least you learned it, at least you got it.
Yeah,
So will you be considered a plotter and not a pantser? You started out pantsing. So do you
I
what do you
did.
feel?
I did start out pantsing. Um, yeah, so I think the other projects I worked on were definitely pantsed. This one was plotting. More Than This is plotting. And I think for my next project, it's also historical fiction. It'll also be plotting, but it doesn't mean that like I stick really close to my outline. For me, it's good to know where I'm going, but I'm also pretty flexible in changing things. Like the first version of the Davenports, Ruby and Olivia were not best friends. They were rivals, and it was very snarky, catty, like girl relationship that I ended up didn't liking. So I ended up rewriting their whole dynamic and Ruby's perspective and parts of Olivia's in that supportive best friendship that I really enjoy with my friends. So yeah, I don't hold on to the plot outline so strictly.
Love it. I'm glad you
Mhm.
changed it, girl, because honey, we like
Yeah.
them girls, honey. We
Mhm.
like them girls. Let's go to the chat real quick and see what's going on in there. LaShira Lee for conversations, cool conversations. Hey, LaShira, checking in. Hey, girl. Hey, what's going on? Let's see here. Oh, yes. LaShira said I had the opportunity to briefly meet Krystal in Atlanta this summer.
Oh, yay. Yes, I remember. Thank
Krystal
you.
out here just getting it, honey. That's what I'm talking
Yeah.
about. So thank you, LaShira, for jumping in, honey. Hey, sis. Hey. All
Thank
right, let's
you.
see here. Author's moments, Krystal. If you could have tea with one fictional character of yours, who would it be
Ooh,
and why?
who would I have tea with?
Who would you have tea with, girl?
I honestly think I would have tea with Ruby because I think she's super fun. I think
Okay.
she would know all the gossip and tell me all the best places to go shopping, and we could just exchange notes and have a good time.
Nice. All right,
Mhm.
Miss Ruby. Yeah, Ruby was on it. Author's moments. If you could sit down with your 15-year-old self, what would you tell her?
Ooh. I would say that it's okay to follow your passions, even though you don't exactly know where they might take you. And it's okay if your plans don't work out. I think at 15, I was either a freshman or sophomore in high school, and I very much wanted to be a doctor. And I was
Hmm.
taking all these science classes, and I had a plan. And obviously, I'm not a doctor. So it's okay if your plans, if what you have planned for yourself doesn't work out, because there might be something better right around the corner.
You're right about that. Honey, an
Mhm.
instant bestseller. Being that might be right around the corner, girl.
Mhm.
I love it. Krystal, what would your pen name be?
Ooh.
Ooh.
This is hard because I like my name. I feel like my name sounds like, I don't know.
Sound exotic. It sound,
Yeah.
it sound like a
I
drag
don't
queen for real.
I
Everybody
honestly
know I
don't
love a
know.
good drag, baby.
I honestly don't know because
So Deborah Fletcher Mello said her pen name and her stripper name would be the same. I love it. So I'm just saying, so you always just been in love with your name. Like, I'm just gonna be my name. I'm not gonna think about having a pen name. I'm just gonna be me.
Yes.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm with it. I love it. All right, author's moments. If you could master any instrument on earth, what would it be?
I always wanted to learn to play the cello.
Okay.
Like it sounds so beautiful.
It is.
And it's like this huge, massive thing, but it makes such a delicate sound. I like just love the juxtaposition of that. And even it's used in rock music, it's used in hip hop music, you can play classical. It just looks like a lot of fun.
The cello is man, it's a different type of instrument. Like it can make you it's an emotional instrument.
Yes.
It can make you cry, or it can make you joyful. The cello is just moving. You know what I'm saying? It's so the cello is almost spiritual. It can take you on so many different emotional roller coasters. You just be like, oh my God. So yeah, it's like the melody of life. Just I love it. The cello is a great one. See, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Okay. Author's moments. What's the one dream that you've tucked away?
Tucked away as in like I don't think I'll do it, or maybe for later.
Maybe for later.
Maybe for later. I think I wanna travel the world in a like country hopping, not quite backpacking because I need showers and actual beds. But yeah, I would like to do that, like take a year and just travel and explore and, maybe later. Yeah.
All right. You should. You'd be good. You listen. You should. I like to take showers. I'm with you on that. Brenda Woodbury checking in. Hello. Hey, Miss Brenda. How are you, darling? Y'all checking in, honey, on this old the day before Thanksgiving. Y'all out there cooking and listening to Miss Krystal Marquis, instant New York Times bestseller author of The Davenport, honey. If you haven't got this book, you gotta go get it. I'm telling you. And John is my boyfriend. I know, the other little girl want him, but yeah. So we're trying to talk Krystal.
He's pretty dreamy.
Yeah, he is. He literally is. Like he's like the younger Mister from The Color Purple. You be like, when he had his suit on, but he ain't be nobody, so you don't worry about that. But just he just reminds me of that. Absolutely love Mr. John. Let's see here. Author's moments, Krystal. What's something you tried really hard to like but just couldn't?
Something that I tried.
You tried really hard. Like for me, I tried really. What you got?
Oh, I was gonna say baseball. Like people gather around, they watch the baseball game, and I'm like, how long is this?
So at least you tried it though, right?
I tried, yeah.
Just me tofu. I try really hard. Can't. I be like, why? What is this? I tried different type of ways. I'm like, yeah, no. I don't like tofu. I'm sorry. Just I try it.
I tried that too. It's hard. It's hard to.
Yeah, it's hard. Girl, baseball. You ain't with the right people. You got to be there with some alcohol and a good a good team. We got the Red Sox. Listen.
Yeah.
You got to. You know what I'm saying? Then you'll love it. You'll be like, oh my God, it's over with.
Yeah.
We gotta go to a baseball game, Krystal. I'm telling you, you're gonna love it. When you leave, you're gonna be like, "Oh my God, I love baseball!"
Like this is fun, yeah.
Yeah, or you might be like, "Okay, the alcohol is gone. What is it time to go yet?" I love it. Let's see here. Author's moments. If money was no object, where would you live?
I'm gonna be. I don't know if this is boring or not, but like I went to college in Massachusetts and I really loved Boston. So I would live in a brownstone overlooking a park, like really close to
Newberry
in the
Street.
heart of it. Yeah.
I'm telling you, I like that.
Everything is there. All the restaurants, all the
Everything.
shopping. I love the museums. The MFA was like one of my favorite places to go when I was in college. And you know that free student pass, you can go
Yeah.
whenever you want.
Yes.
It was great.
I'm telling you, it's awesome. Rom-com Diva was up here visiting me. She said, Shay, you have not had it prepared right yet. It's good to have it prepared. Well, I'm still trying, Connie. So when you come up here, just cook it for me, okay? For me. I love Boston too. Cleaner version of yes, it is. Okay, so they came up here in the summertime to see me, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm telling you, we was like downtown, and I was like, I'm going to get one of these brownstones, and I'm just gonna live. Like we went to a furniture store, and it had like upstairs like a whole you overlooking the city and patios, and I'm just like, this is just awesome. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. As you know, when people ask me, because I'm from the South, are you ever moving home? I was like, no. I was like, the governor and the Lord will have to tell me to move from Massachusetts. I love it.
Yeah,
I love it. It's just different. I don't know what about it, but it's different. Krystal, author's moments. What are you amazingly good at? I'm just something you be like, no, that's my shit right there, girl. I got this.
Oh, I don't know. Let's see. Like random trivia. So like we'll have family game night, and I remember really obscure celebrities from movies like way back when, and that and charades. I love playing those games where people get really rowdy and everyone's laughing. Like those are so fun.
Definitely. And it's just just being around family and friends too.
Oh yeah.
Games are fun. Like what I don't know about your family. My family.
I love Jeopardy.
My Jeopardy is it. But sometimes some of my family members, they come up with the dumbest questions. I'd be like, the dumbest answers. Did you think that thing through? But yeah, Jeopardy is the best. Okay, Krystal like them smart games. I like it. Author's moments. What's one mistake you keep repeating?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, I don't know. Okay, I learned my lesson.
It's probably a mistake that I don't even know that I'm doing.
No
one's called me out on it yet.
When we get off, you're gonna do something. You be like, "Oh, I keep doing this stupid shit." You're like, "Oh my god, that's the mistake I keep repeating."
Yeah, like one thing that I always, a lot of times in interviews, when people ask me to recommend certain books, I always forget. I'm like, oh, it's that one with the cover, and I'm reading it right now, but I don't remember what it's called. But yeah, those are one thing. That's one thing, I guess, in interviews that I do a lot. So I have my books behind me so I don't forget. But yeah, I'm a huge reader, and sometimes, I just remembered the mistake. I forget I buy books, and then I buy the book again. So I'll either have it on my Kindle, or I'll have it in person or a paperback, and I'll be in the bookstore and I'll just be so excited for this author that I love or a cover that's really beautiful, and I'll buy the book, and I'll get home and I'll see it on my TBR and be like, oh, I already have this. And I'm like, well, guess who's getting a present of a book?
Exactly. I'm like that with shoes.
Yeah.
I would buy the same exact shoe, the same color, the same everything, and get home and be like, I got 3 of the same damn shoes. It makes no sense.
I wouldn't even be mad at that. I love shoes.
But my excuse would be like, one though, Krystal. I love shoes is my thing, but I'm like, girl, not the same one.
Well, is it the same one, or is it like, well, this one has a gold buckle and this one has a silver buckle, or this one has a zipper?
The same exact shoe. And my friends ain't shit. They be with me and say, girl, you said the same thing when you bought that same shoe last time. No one says anything, but they'll say that. But yeah, it's me and shoes. I don't know what's the same exact shoe, same one.
Wow,
pray for me. And then no one wears my size, so I'm just stuck with them. It's okay. All right, author's moments. What's something that you tried that you'll never try again? One and done.
So there's a roller coaster at like this small amusement park that's in Connecticut. And I don't like roller coasters, but I'll try them once just to say that I went on it, and then that's it.
It's a wrap.
It's like I went to Universal with my girlfriends and I tried each of them once, and they're like, "Oh, let's go again." And I was like, "No, I'm good." It's I already felt my life go and come back. I'm fine.
You're like, one life flashing is enough.
Yes.
I get you on that. All right, you got your books behind you. What's the last book that you couldn't put down?
Ooh. So I think I was on that bandwagon of everyone who read Yellowface. It was very, very compelling, especially having been a writer, querying and being in that place where I'm trying to get myself out there, trying to get known. That one was very hard to put down, and it was very much like, I'm not the only one who feels this way. And then other things were like, is this girl crazy? Like, what's going on here?
Yes.
The answer is yes.
Okay. I get it. Yeah, everyone, I don't know how that started though either. But it was good. It was just like it was a campaign all of a sudden. Everybody just had to read it. But yeah, it was like, what's wrong?
Yeah. I read it on vacation. It was good. And then
you read it what?
I read it on vacation.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I love it. That's what's up. All right. See, that was easy. You didn't have to think about it, guess about it, any of that. See, wonderful. Let's see here. Last up, author's moments. If you could have one dream to come true, what would it be?
You know, I would really like to see the Davenports like as a series or a movie. I feel like before the Davenports, my dream was to be published when I was writing. It was something like, oh, this would be really nice if it happened. And it did. So you gotta dream a new dream. And I think that would be a lot of fun to see how other people would interpret my characters and have them be more available to other people.
Awesome. Well, you need to start picking your cast out, girl, because it's going to happen, honey. It's going to happen. It's going to be wonderful. It's going to be wonderful. Krystal, dead or alive? If you were hosting a dinner party and could invite 5 people from any era, who would it be?
So I think I would invite Madam C.J. Walker.
Okay.
Because I just think her entrepreneurship is amazing. Cleopatra, Jane Austen, Oprah, and my 5th person, probably Michelle Obama. That'd be cool. I think that'd be a good group of ladies to have like a nice think talk and, you know, great conversation. Hopefully all readers. Yeah.
That would be nice. That's a cute little table there. Cute little table there. Let's see. Let's run to the chat real quick. We are coming to the end of our interview. We got one good question left. But anyway, if you have any questions for Krystal, this is her first time here at the Brown Book Series. I was extremely good tonight. I was nice. I only cursed twice. You know, it was amazing. I think she's good. You know, she's gonna come back and visit us again, right? Because we treated her very well. So if you have any questions for Krystal before she get up out of here, just please throw it in the chat. So I do purchase things in different colors. Y'all do it in different colors. Are they talking about you coming to dinner? Yeah, her dinner. Yeah, it's nice. Rom Diva said, Krystal at the dinner party, I'm gonna be so quiet and listen to all those ladies talking.
I might too. I might just be sitting there just taking it all in.
That whole court though. I wonder who would just like, I don't want to say be like the hostess, but like who would really, probably Oprah, since she's a talk show host, to kind of like, you know, get the conversation, ask different questions to kind of keep it. I don't know, because Michelle Obama, honey, just listen to her talk, I just be like, go. I don't want to do nothing else. I love her. I love her. Yes, thank you for hanging with us tonight. Thank you for hanging with us tonight. We had a good
Oh yes.
time.
Thank you for
Absolutely.
having me.
Yeah, man.
And thank you for everyone who hopped on. Like, this is great.
Yeah, they stopped their good cooking for a minute. Come over here and play with us, and we surely appreciate you guys. Surely appreciate.
Give me a list that makes me so hungry. Like,
I know, right? Absolutely love that. But Krystal, before we ask our last question of the night, excuse my dog for barking, he's tripping. Before we ask our last question of the night, tell us, where can we go to get all things Krystal? Your website, your social media handles, and where can they go pick up your book, The Davenports? And then can we pre-order now the Davenports more to come? All right.
Yes. So More Than This. Yes, More Than This is available to pre-order, and you can pick up the Davenports anywhere books are sold. You can find me at krystalmarquis.com. That's my website. And online for Instagram, I'm at Christabel_reads. I talk about the Davenports, about books I'm reading. I share all the different adventures I've gone on promoting my book, and other authors that I love to read. And for my other social media, it's Krystal Marquis. So I'm on X, formerly known as Twitter, and TikTok. So if you want to come out and hang and find any news about me and the Davenports and whatever I'm working on next, those are the best places to find me.
Absolutely love this. So Krystal, last question.
Yeah.
If you were writing a book about your life, what would the title be?
Ooh. So probably Plot Twist.
Why Plot Twist?
Because I was studying, and I went to school as an undergrad for biology. I was working in EMS before my current job, and I was very much like committed to pursuing a career in medicine. And I think writing is an art, and it's a craft, and it's very different from what we think of science and math. Very not polar opposites, because I think there is creativity in science and exploration and research. But yeah, it was definitely, a surprise for me to, go down this path and pursue this whole other passion that I have.
I absolutely love that. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause and warm welcome to the new friend of the show, New York Times bestselling author, Miss Krystal Marquis. Krystal, thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. And thank you everyone for hopping on to watch and ask questions and, share everything that you're cooking tonight. Sounds delicious. I hope you all have a wonderful holiday.
Yeah, I should go over someone in the house to eat. I'm just trying to tell you. So you guys, hey, listen, make sure you like, subscribe, and share. For your friends who didn't catch us tonight, they can always go check out the replay. And you gotta go get the Davenport. It's wonderful. It's a great book. You're going to enjoy it. Buy one for yourself, get one for a friend, and then make sure you go and get everything Krystal. Every time you see her name, Krystal Marquis, make sure you pick it up and support. Make sure
Thank you.
Hey, this is what we gotta do. We gotta support her. She should be instant every single time. Every time. That's it for the Brown Book Series. Listen, we're done for the year. Whew. So this is our last interview for the year, and it was awesome. We ended it with a bang with Miss Krystal Marquis, honey. We had the Davenports in the house for Thanksgiving, so we appreciate that. And we will be back in January. So make sure you check out newsletters are going to be coming out. Raw 24. If you haven't registered for Raw, go ahead on and register for Raw. New promos are coming. We're going to release. We're going to be entertainment for this year. For next year, last year it was Regina Bell and Coco Brown. Next year, baby, y'all, you don't want to miss it. We have the legends. We have 5 new legends that we're going to be honoring. So we're going to have that out there for you. It's going to be awesome. I'm telling you, it's going to be awesome. So you do not want to miss it. Rawexperience.com. Rawexperience.com. Happy holidays to everyone. Please make sure you keep follow us on all your social media handles and all the good stuff, because we got a lot of stuff going on. Even though we're not going to be having our weekly shows, but we got a whole bunch of shenanigans We got events that's coming up. Beverly Jenkins with the Blessing series will be in Detroit, December the 1st to the 3rd. We're going to be traveling, y'all, so make sure y'all stay tuned to everything all Brown Book Series, all right? Follow us all social media handles, brownbookseries.com. Go to our website, sign up for our newsletter, and it's going to be cute. We'll keep you posted. But please just make sure you go and pick up everything that has Krystal name on it, okay? Y'all ain't picked it up yet? Go get it. Go get it now. Go get it now. Go get it now. It's the Davenports. Go get it now. Krystal, hold 1 second for me, baby.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all. See y'all next year. Happy holidays. And listen,
thank you.
My birthday is December 13th. Make sure y'all hit me up to that birthday because, you know, I'm getting older in my age and I'm getting sensitive. Stay safe, but most of all, you guys, stay positive. See y'all later.
Thank you.
It's for you. It's for us. Open up your brown book, baby. Open up your brown book. Open up your brown book, baby. Look. Open up your brown book, baby. It's for you. It's for us. The fantasies. No one can judge us. No one can judge us. This is for us. Open up your brown book, baby. It's for you. It's for us.